What's good, YouTube? Dre here with Different Gaming. Who we got with us today?
My name is Cory. Played the 3v3 here at EZ with Team Crayon's Autistic Adventures. we got first in Swiss and then second in Top Cut. And I played pure cash. Into the profile, it's pretty simple. 3 Unicorn, 3 Fenrir, 3 Rise Heart. It's pretty standard. I know some people play 1 Rise Heart. I think if you want to play this deck, it breaks too much to play 1. You've got to give yourself the most opportunities possible to be able to actually play. Then you play, I played 1 Ogre, 1 Scareclaw. I want the extra bodies, right? You want to have, if all you get is an Ogre or a Scareclaw, but a Theosis, you get to play. I know a lot of people have cut the Ogre for more hand traps, things like that. I just don't think that's correct. If you break on hand traps, you just lose. People say, oh, you get 5, you get to keep playing. It's not true. You stop them, you top deck, you try to play, they interrupt your 1 line of play, and then you just lose on the next turn. Next, hand trap package, also pretty standard. 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Shifter, 1 Mourner, 1 Veiler. As you can tell, 1 Mourner, 1 Veiler. I'm on cross out. You break, you get 1 line of interruption, 1 anything. A lot of times you don't play anymore. So we play cross out, we get 1/1. Bell is in the matchup, try to help deal with things like puppet lock. Your matchup's already pretty good with branded, but if they give you the puppet, you're not doing anything. Helps with a couple other little matchups too. Obviously, Shifter's stupid. This card should be banned. You shouldn't allow this in the game, but they do it, and as long as they do it, I'm just going to keep putting this in decks and ruining people's days.
It's okay. June's coming up. Rich will be.
It should be on there. I mean, honest to God, it should be on there.
If they hit Shifter before Ritual B support come out, I'm gonna be so upset. I'll be so upset.
You play obviously the 4 field spells, 3 Birth. You know, obviously it's the best card in the deck. The deck's been out long enough. Everybody knows that, right? You've got to get rid of Birth. It's crazy. The follow-up's crazy. The effect to just DD Crow out your graveyard's insane. I do play 2 Theosis. Some people are playing 3. I talked about giving yourself the most opportunity to play as possible. And this is the only part of Cast Engine that I've cut down on any. I still think it's okay to play 3. I still have thought about playing 3, but right now I still am okay with 2. I think there's only been 1 or 2 games total that I've played where I really wanted that 3rd Theosis. Obviously, 3 Prosperity. At this point, you might as well just call it Kashtira Prosperity. Like, it's mandatory. And then the 3 crossouts. Putting this in felt really good. I had, obviously, it just helped me be able to play through hand traps earlier, but I also had other games where, like, the deck plays Typhon, and I had games where, like, I would have Planet on board and I would go into Typhon. Well, obviously, if you have Planet on board and Typhon, you're at 3K. So Typhon can't activate to do anything, but I had cross out in hand, so I go cross out, call Planet, banish Planet. Now Planet's negated, Typhon goes back to 2900. Banish whatever I need to banish, pass turn to my opponent. Now he goes back to 3K and just becomes a problem for them. So
Yo, that's clean.
for traps, just the 3 Imperm, and I do play the 1 Prep. I don't think I actually used Prep at all today. I have used it. It's cuttable. It's okay, but honestly, it's only in the deck because I play Ogre, and if you play Ogre, you should probably just play Prep. I take it out almost every time I go second, and a lot of times game 3 it doesn't come back in because there's just not room because I'm siding in for whatever the matchup is. Extra deck, honestly, I didn't use it a whole lot today. That's just kind of how the deck is now. The one Shangri-Era wasn't doing a whole lot with it today, trying to stay under nib. The one Big Eye I did use here and there, trying to break boards. The Flare Metal Dragon is great for when you can get in and almost kill, but you leave them on, 1,000, 500, something like that. You can't quite get in. You just make a Flare Metal pass and say, do something with 2 actions. Obviously Zeus. The Dark Arm Dragon, didn't use him at all today, didn't really need him. If I needed to remove stuff from the field, I was either just able to do it or I was already in a losing position. Draco Sack, I am playing the Heat Soul Apo line. Didn't use it today, but I have been using it in the past. Typhon's been huge in terms of just like being in a losing position and just trying to grind back. There were a couple games today where Typhon came out, was able to let me banish something that was too big for me to get over, beat something else over, and then just hand the game back to them and make them top deck something to actually be able to play the game. Gradiel, I used her here and there. I used her more often than not, actually, just to go into Zeus, just because, she's pretty beefy. If they had attack position monsters, I could actually go Gradiel, effective Gradiel, take something from their graveyard that was the same attribute as something that was on their field, attack their attack position monsters, then it doesn't die. Because it has that protection, and then I can lay Zeus on top of it main phase 2. So it gets rid of that, like, oh, nothing's in defense, they can't make Zeus with, that way. And then just the Heat Soul line, so the 2 Link Spiders, the Golem, the Heat Soul, the Apo. Didn't use this line today, didn't need it. Just kind of hung out. They were really, really good prosperity sins. The Donner, to be honest, I don't think I've made this card since I started playing the deck, but I'm not going to cut it because one day, maybe. And then
you play the Lizard over it?
And then SP. The Lizard, maybe. I'd have to sit down and test with it, read it, and mess with it. I mean, it probably would be good to clear the field if I've got a body or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to mess with it and see. And then the side deck, I put in 3 Droll. I don't main it just because it conflicts with Shifter. But against decks where it's just insanely good, I'm going to put it in. I played against Monadium, went ahead and put it in, opened the hand. It was like Shifter, Droll, and like we grinded for 3 or 4 turns and Shifted first turn. He managed to stay alive, hand trapped me enough I couldn't kill him. Next turn, I got to Droll him. Right, we stayed in the grind, kept doing it. Next turn, Drolled him again, stayed in the grind, kept doing it, and just over and over and over again. Eventually, I was able to get him, but Droll was good for me. I did play 1 additional Scareclaw. I was maining 2. A lot of people don't. What I found was there are matchups where this is the best card in the deck. Voiceless Voice, you really want. This is kind of your only out to that giant dude, right? You want to have him, like, otherwise you just straight up lose. Like, it's your only hope. You need him for Tenpai, right? They try and go battle phase. You just go Scareclaw and put him down on the board, and you're just like, okay, swing into me. Like, you're all your battle protection on your guys are gonna be gone. You die. But I was tired of breaking on him, so I stuck him in the side. Just sided him into the matchups that I needed. People are like, well, you can get him back. There are ways to get him back. And what I found was when you did that, you wasted way too many resources, and your inboard was just terrible. Your inboard would be like a Rise Heart and a Scareclaw Kashtira, and then you would have to pass back to your opponent. Versus having 2, you could have a full board and another Scareclaw. So I also played the 3 Cosmic and a Feather Duster. Pretty self-explanatory. Anything that's set in back rows, anytime you're going second, side those in, prevent yourself from getting hit by something. 3 deck lockdowns. This card is very good. Anytime you see it, people have to deal with it immediately. It just shuts things down. People have to waste their battle phases going Fenrir, or they are having to waste their interactions, their cosmics, whatever. Like this card's there's a lot of games where you just make a Kashtira board and then you go deck lockdown and pass to them and it's just like, whatever, man. I guess we're just going next game. I played the one of anti-spell just because I think I got it one time. It was okay. The one rivalry actually didn't draw it anytime that I put it in. It's been fine in the past, but I think it's good, but it's cuttable. It's not necessary. And then the last 2 spots in the extra deck, I put in the Dimensional Barrier, which was very good today. I played a lot of Synchro decks, shut them down, bought me a bunch of turns against Branded today. I lost that matchup. That's the only game that I lost today. But if I wouldn't have had that, I lose that match way sooner. My record in Swiss was 3-0, though it would have been 3-1. The one match ended. My 2 teammates just won theirs. I would have lost that game for sure. I got Calamity locked, and in game 3, managed to make a Zeus, passed back, wiped his board, but like he popped the Zeus and I was gonna die, and then they were like, "Oh, we won." I was like, "Oh, all right." Well,
Saved by the bell.
So, but yeah, I mean that was it. You know, pretty good day.
Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out Sleepy Time Training Circle, all the boys, you know, the team, Cademan, Mitchell, you know, Arturo and Ira. Shout out to Easy for having the tournament, Tim running it, and then obviously our home store, Picante, and Tony. And my wife, who allows me to spend an enormous amount of time on this game.
I think that's all of us.
So,
Most of us, anyway.
yeah. Thanks, guys.
Till next time, y'all. Peace.